everyone. Welcome back to Just Us Grown Up Girls. I appreciate you tuning in and watching these stories of these wonderful women. They're really everyday women. They're not famous yet, but they have so much to share. And if you just learn one or two things from them, or if you're inspired in some way, that's my goal. So I'm in my friend Christine's art studio right now. She has it in her own house, and I'm going to bring her in here now. Hello, Christine.
Hello. Hi.
Thank you for having me
Thank
today.
you.
We really didn't give each other a hug today,
know.
did we? Okay, so Christine is quite the artist. Let me tell you a little bit about her. She is the owner of LiveYourCreativity.com, where she helps people to live healthy and creative lives through paint parties, workshops, and coaching. She is the operator and teacher of Christine's Art World and Paint Parties. And you are a commissioned artist who also sells and displays your paintings and artworks at art shows and on Etsy.com.
Yes.
What was your Etsy?
Oh, Etsy.
where-
My Etsy is Christine's Art World US.
Okay.
I just restocked it.
Okay. Great.
Well, I'm in the process of there's some more to add.
Okay. Lots of cool stuff
Slow.
in there. Yes.
Slow but steady. Slow.
Yes. And
Steady.
you are a health coach, a published author of one children's book. Here it is right here, A Dream Inside. Another children's book on the way. I know you've been working on that
Yes.
this summer.
Takes time and patience.
Sounds exciting.
It's about a tree.
Okay. And then you have a book meant for grown-ups, which I've read and I love. And it's called The Well-Nourished Artist, 8 Ways to Feed Your Creative Soul. And it's really not just for artists. It's for anyone who wants to delve more into themselves and learn how to tap into your own creativity and just structure your own life in a more healthy and beneficial way.
The artist that's inside all of
Yes,
us, right?
yes. Okay, what did I miss? You also have a story in Chicken Soup for the Soul, Reboot Your Life. And if that's not enough, Christine is the mother of 2 grown children, one in college and one a senior in high school who's been searching colleges.
Almost an adult.
Yes.
2 more months.
So you keep very busy with them, I know.
Yes.
And I'm lucky that I got you today because I know how busy you are, and I really appreciate it.
Glad to make time.
Yes. So first things first, Christine. You've been building this empire for a while now, but can you tell us all how did you know you were an artist? How did all this start?
Yeah, it started actually as soon as I started holding a pencil. My mom always says when I picked up a pencil, I started doodling and drawing. So it's been a long time, and that's one of the themes behind my book. I think since I picked up and started drawing, I just assumed that everybody could draw, which I still think we can. It just takes practice if you want to do it. So it's as long as I can remember, I have been drawing, sketching. My mom always encouraged it, and she signed me up for ceramic classes and all kinds of different things. I was always I like to sketch. I didn't even watch much TV as a kid. I was always sketching.
You still don't watch TV.
No, I don't.
Ever.
I'm like clueless when people start talking about shows. I mean, here or there I would watch a show like Dancing with the Stars with my daughter, but
Okay.
and I am in sports. I do watch
Oh, you do?
I
You
do
watch the Eagles?
The Eagles
Yes.
and the Phillies, and
Uh-huh.
I used to be a huge Flyers fan, but not as much anymore. But
Yeah,
I'll
same
watch
here.
it. Any game that a Philly game.
Okay,
That's
so you do watch those on TV.
Yes. Or I
But
listen to
usually
them, yeah.
Christine is busy doing her artwork or reading books.
But actually, when I watch them, I'm usually sketching or doing
Really?
something too. So
Yeah, so it never stops.
or exercising. when I
Oh my
watch TV.
goodness.
My friends used to always laugh. My sister and my friend I lived with at
Uh-huh.
one point, they used to laugh that I would exercise while like something was on.
Wow.
Yeah.
Multitasking.
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, you started as a young child.
Yeah. So, and then it came in and out of my life, I would say. Well, in high school, I took art classes.
Okay.
And I was all signed up to go to art school in Philadelphia. And last minute, my mom worked down there at Smith Klein. Yeah,
Oh, okay.
right near where I was going. And she came home one day and she's like, "You can't go there."
Where was
Like
it?
in this panic.
The artist?
Yes.
Oh,
yes.
okay.
Like kind of in a panic. And I was just like, okay. So it was kind of, I call it now, we laugh now, I was like, that was like a divine intervention, kind of just
Right.
directing me.
Right.
So to make a long story short, I wound up going to LaSalle for elementary and special ed, which came in handy, and then I was a reading
Okay.
special. I went
Okay.
had
so
my
you were a
master's in reading.
teacher. Okay.
Yeah, and I got my master's in, I was a reading specialist.
For how long?
Oh,
A
how long was
teacher?
I a teacher?
Yes.
12 years.
12 years.
12 years,
Teacher.
yes.
Okay.
So yeah, and then I had my son. I had my daughter, and then I taught, and then I had my son, and I took off some time, and then I resigned, and then I actually retired, and that is when I found my way back to art.
Okay.
And I moved here, and I found Carl Kerner down the street. It was right down the street, the art center. I was so
Okay.
happy.
Carl Kerner.
Yes, and he
He's
studied under
famous.
Andrew Wyeth.
Andrew Wyeth.
Yes.
The big Chatsford.
Yes.
artist,
So I was
yes.
lucky to do that. And so at the same time, I was also tutoring. I never stopped tutoring after I left
Okay.
teaching.
In reading. You were
In reading and
yeah.
writing and
Okay.
math. Math if it's the
Just
younger years.
academic. Right. Yes.
So yeah. Oh, and then the one mom actually saw my artwork and
Uh-huh.
said, "Can you teach our kids art lessons?" And I was like, "Well, I'm really just getting back into it." And she's like, "That's okay. You know more than them." And that's kind of how things kind of took off. And I started teaching. I have a little studio down my basement too. I started teaching
Okay.
lessons to the kids after school, and I still teach art lessons and do some tutoring to this day. And then it kind of, turned into a camp.
Right.
Um,
And my daughter went to
Yeah,
that
many
camp
years ago.
when she was, and my niece.
oh yes.
You and the neighbor up the street, Heather,
Yes,
had
it
this
was so
little
much fun.
camp.
It was called Flower Power.
Flower Power.
Yes.
Christine taught the artwork, and Heather taught the gardening and horticulture. And at the end of the week, there was
We had a little art show.
Yes, there's a little
yeah.
art show in the garden. We had to go around.
hers,
It's
beautiful
the-
garden,
Oh
yeah.
my gosh, the beautiful garden trail.
Yes.
They had all the artwork from the kids.
And we put it all throughout.
displayed
Yes,
everywhere.
yes.
It was really
on
special.
our tree trunk.
Yes.
Yeah.
So you did a lot of work with children. I know you used
Yeah,
to
and
have
I
big
still-
groups here.
Yeah, and I still
Teaching
do
art.
the paint parties for kids, birthday
Okay.
parties now.
And you go to those locations.
Yeah, or
Yes.
sometimes I have them at locations.
Okay. Yes.
Yes. Or I go to their house for a birthday party or
Yes.
Yes.
Well, since you mentioned that, I'll tell you that I've been to a few of those
Oh,
paint
yeah.
parties, and I went to one and I loved it, and then I took my daughter to one and my sister-in-law to another,
yes, the
and
Red Barn one.
each one I just feel like it was
Empowering.
a way to like get over my fear, because
Yeah.
that first stroke is so scary.
I have so
You
many
don't
people
know.
say that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I actually remember the first time I painted on canvas. I was so scared. And to this day, when I put a canvas out, I'm like, those old fears come in, like I'm going to mess up, and I'm like, what's the worst that can happen? You
Right.
mess up and you paint over it.
Right.
Acrylic paint is so forgiving. So
Yeah, and then you're there to help people
Yes.
if they make mistakes.
I
But-
enjoy it so much.
But what I also wanted to say is that I've been learning these lessons about trying new things.
Yes.
So when it was like it went hand in hand with other things I was learning.
Yeah.
In a new stage in my life, you know.
Yeah, it's like
and-
you have to just begin. What do they say?
Right.
A job begun is a
Right.
job half done. So true.
So going to these paint parties really helped me get through that.
Yeah,
that
and I've had
stumbling block.
so many
in my
people
life.
say that. They're like, "Wow,
Yeah.
I can do this." Like it just
Yeah.
kind of makes you feel like if I can do this, I can
Right.
try something else.
That's what I was trying
Yes.
to say.
Let me say it for you.
Okay. All right. So you do a lot of paint parties,
Yes. Yes.
and I don't know how you do it all. I mean, you also, you do the paint parties, you do the coaching, you make products, like you sell these
yes,
little
I
cards
sell on
and
Etsy.
things.
Well, and
You write books.
the technology for me, like putting my stuff on Etsy or doing any of my website, which I do have help, but you still have to get the things, is like,
Right.
but painting reminds me to just take, because when I sit down at a painting, I'm like, you have to just focus on the part that you're on. Otherwise,
Yeah.
you wouldn't be enjoying it. Like,
Right.
so
Yeah.
small steps.
Yeah.
I always
And
say
it's a
small steps
process.
create big changes.
Yeah, but you have to have the dedication to
Yeah.
and the stay with it attitude,
Yeah,
and
just show up.
And then, these projects become products
Yes,
or,
yes.
things that surround you in your house. Christine's
That you
house
give
is
away.
so pretty. There's her artwork is everywhere, and it's just so comfortable the way you decorate. Every little inch is very
Thank you.
soothing.
I feel like it needs a lot of
and
work.
so pretty. I know, we all feel
Yes,
that
I guess
way.
we all feel that way.
Okay, I met you probably about 12 years ago when our
Yeah,
children
maybe even
were
longer, yeah.
little.
Yes.
And this was back when we were both very scattered. Our kids were young. We were
That
highly
time,
involved
yes.
in volunteering at the school. At the time, Christine was leading the art auction, which was a big event for the elementary school. She managed the artwork and all the auction items and
Well, not all of them, just the
many of the artistic part, and you were just
had the
so heavily
baskets,
involved in that. And so I knew you back then, and we really clicked.
Yes,
And
we
then-
were on the committee together.
Yes, and then I didn't see you for many years. Maybe just hello here and there. But you were
Yes,
always
field
warm
hockey,
and
maybe,
friendly
yeah.
whenever I saw you, always. And then just recently, maybe a year or two ago, I started seeing you put these things on Facebook for these paint parties,
and that's how we got connected.
Yeah, so now I feel like we're new friends again.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, at a different stage in our life.
Yes.
right?
So, but I have noticed this calmness in you and this centeredness about you, which neither one of us had back then.
Oh yeah, I think
So-
it's hard to have when
Yeah.
it takes practice to have when your kids are really young.
Yeah,
Or any age,
so-
I guess.
How did you get to this point of being so centered and so focused?
I guess it was probably from practicing gratitude, which I actually started a really long time ago.
Practicing gratitude?
Yes, gratitude.
Oh, how do you do that?
So I do a gratitude journal every day.
Okay.
I always did it with the kids. Like we would do it at dinner time or before they went to bed. I actually have a whole chapter in my book on practicing gratitude and just meditating. I'm not good at meditating, like sitting for long periods of time. Actually, my painting is considered my meditation, but I also have another meditation in the book that Beth, who you interviewed, and I
Yes.
kind of created over the years to help us.
Yes.
We always say we have attention deficit, like we have a hard time sitting still, so it's meditation for the fast moving person.
Okay. So you
that's in my
meditate
book,
together,
too.
even though she's in
Yeah, we
Ireland.
meditate.
You do it on the phone.
We do it on the phone or we Skype.
or-
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, that's all described in my book, and I actually teach. That's a workship that I have that I teach to people.
Okay.
I did it with a group of teachers recently for their in-service day at the beginning of the school year. And
Okay.
it was so nice. It was just we all really they really got a lot out of it because I know being a teacher, the last thing you want to do before when you have to set up your classroom is sit and listen to somebody
Right.
talk. So
Right.
I knew that, so it wound up being useful for them because they could
Yes.
actually take it and use it in their everyday lives because teaching is Rose was a teacher too, we don't need to
Yes.
say it's
Yes.
hard
That
work.
is so cool.
I
that
admire
you,
teachers.
You taught a teacher's workshop.
Yes,
That
yes,
is
it was
so
really
cool.
nice.
Yeah. See, you're doing all kinds of things now.
Yeah,
it's
it's-
amazing. Okay, so you do your gratitude, you do your meditation,
My painting and writing.
painting. I know you were also involved in this, or you still are involved in this healthy eating.
Oh
program.
yes, yeah. That it's all in the book too. How it stemmed from. Well, I was always actually when I started doodling with a pencil. My mama also laughs. She's like, "You started begging for salads." Like when I was 2, I loved. And she's like, "I think
No cookies.
Like no, I would like pick vegetables and fruit over. Not that I don't eat any of those things.
You are very unusual.
But my mom would say like I would beg for like salads, and she's like, I thought you were like too young, like you might choke on them. But yeah, so I actually always liked salad. So, but then on the journey of my son with all his food allergies, and then I found out I was allergic to different foods. So that healthy eating. That I don't know actually what came first though. It's so funny. I really feel like when I coach people, they're really intertwined. Like living your like what you came here to create. Like I believe we all, whether it's, I mean, and I'm not just talking paintings. It could be a book. It could be a business. It could be anything. So I really think that they go hand in hand.
Yes. So
because if you don't have the energy,
about that. If your book is about teaching creativity. Now, if someone is not an artist, they know that they're not going to sit down and paint a picture.
Yes, and painting isn't for everybody.
How can this book help them?
So what it really is about, I have the one quote in there that, like, think of our whole lives as being creative. The way we dress. The way we cook. I mean, some people are just creative in the kitchen. Not just, but some people are creative in the kitchen. Yes. And that's their creative outlet. I had to learn. I mean, I love to cook, but it takes up a lot of time. But I had to learn to get creative. So that's some people's outlet. So instead of just thinking, oh, I'm not an artist, think of your life as like your canvas and everything you do, the way you raise your kids, I forget what else I said, the way you dress, the way you meditate or practice your spirituality or your religion. Just think of everything you do as your creation. Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Cool. But to think of the whole picture, like, because I also, a lot of times us artists were like, I don't have any time to paint. But if you kind of just open up that, everything is about your paintings. Like that's how you get ideas for painting when you're living or you're meeting people. Like just the other night I was out back and I keep hearing this owl and I'm like, oh my God, that's so beautiful. So now I started an owl painting. Like that's how you just get inspiration like that. So so it's really just about people tapping into this place inside of us that's our creativity,
being aware of
being aware of it. Not necessarily that everybody has to paint. It's not about that because some people want to write music or so, which I would not be good at singing or musically inclined. Although I did take piano lessons at one point in my life.
Yes. Can you still play?
Not. I mean, I could probably play a easy level song.
Same here. I took lessons for 8 years. But I had to memorize the songs and practice over and over.
It didn't come naturally.
I admire those people who can just play by ear and improvise and just let it flow. I never could do that. Those recitals were tough on me. Christine, you've become such an accomplished, recognized artist, and yet you still continue learning.
Yes.
How and why?
Well, because I would be bored if I didn't continue to learn. I don't know. I feel like it helps me stay young and keeps my mind fresh. And I always think of Wayne Dyer saying, "Don't be a master of anything," because it's like you stop living. I think I forget his exact quote, but
So you said Wayne Dyer.
Yes, I love his books.
Okay, so is he one of your favorite authors?
Yes, he's one of my favorite authors. It was years ago when I found his first book. It was one with all the spiritual, like it was like a story for each quote. I forget the name of it, but I read that so many times. Something Through the Ages. And then I read a lot of his books, and I also listened to him for years. I love his voice. I actually would listen to him live on Hay House years ago.
Hay House?
When I painted. Yeah, Hay House. Yeah, the Hay House radio. So I listen when I paint, and I actually can remember what I listen. Like sometimes I can look at a painting and like relate it to what I was listening to.
Tell us about some of these paintings.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of an example. I remember some paintings. I go through different musicians too. Like I love listening to John Cougar. I went through like a John Cougar Mellencamp phase, so I can look at this one painting. I remember it's like called Sunset Stroll. And it I just feel his music when I look at it.
Oh, okay.
It's like a
I'll show
memory.
that painting on the
okay.
screen. Do you have it here, or you have it on file?
I have it on file.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
it's
We'll
still
see
here.
if you can picture John Cougar
so
Mellencamp
it's weird.
singing.
Like I love all different. Like sometimes I'll listen to music. Sometimes the podcast or shows, and then sometimes just like Native American comedy music. Depends on my
like that
mood,
too.
and I think it comes out. And I feel like I could feel it in the painting. Like, and they do
Right.
say that a lot of artists and musicians. There was someone who was a musician and an artist, and he just talked about. I feel like they're so related. A lot of times my art are based on song titles, or like I hear a song and it just triggers something to paint.
So you love music too.
Yeah, I do love
Yes.
music. Yeah.
Do you have any other favorite authors?
So Wayne Dyer
Or musicians?
and, yeah, Bruce Springsteen.
Bruce
I'm so inspired. He's an
Springsteen.
author too. His storytelling, I love his. I actually did a couple of paintings. Well, one that's still a work in progress. And I have a painting of him and Clarence called American Skin. And actually, I was inspired at his concert. He was playing American Skin. I don't know if you know the story
I
behind
don't know that
that.
song.
Oh,
Okay.
But I did it. I went home and I just was listening to it. I was so inspired because he told the story. I think he told the story. He tells the story before. Did you ever go to one of his concerts?
No.
They go on.
But
and
I've
on. I was at the
listened to
longest one in
He
Philadelphia.
has a radio station on Sirius.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
yes,
I listen to that sometimes.
Yeah, because on there you would hear that. You hear different songs.
Yes.
That are not always his real popular ones. So I just got this image, and that night I could actually write a story about it. Like it's just like I don't know. I just loved being at the concert. Everybody brought together by this story and this concert. So
yeah.
so that music does inspire me and give me ideas to paint, as does nature.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's magic in music and nature.
Yes, and then Tosha Silver, I love her books.
Oh, okay.
She wrote.
What does she write about?
She writes about surrender, which I have a chapter in my book on that. Outrageous openness, letting the divine take the lead, and she has some other books. I love following her work. I took some of her classes. Talk about learning.
Oh, from her?
Yeah,
Directly?
yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Years ago when she first, she still has them. She still has like a forum and stuff on Facebook. But yeah, her classes were really. I actually met a lot of great people through her classes. So.
Ah, cool.
Yeah.
You're such an artist.
that right brain. That's probably the learning too. I can't sit still for too long.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
You have a great thing to occupy your time and your mind. Okay, so you have painted some pictures about things that have happened in your life.
Oh,
things
yeah.
you've related to very well. I'm going to show some on the screen.
Okay.
While
Yeah, there's
you
a lot.
talk
I'm trying
about
to
them.
think of one.
I would really love to hear about the angel one.
Oh, the angel with my
With the two kids.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah. So when my kids were little, I think the stories in my book too. You know how a mom can go from like happiness to like worry in the snap of a finger. And I was out back with my kids, and my son was always one that would. I would tell him, don't do that, and he'd be doing it anyway. Like,
he's a boy.
Yeah, typical boy. And we always used to play that cloud game out back. And I'm telling you, out of the corner of my eye, I feel like I saw like these angel clouds. And all of a sudden, I just felt like this overwhelming, like, why am I spending all this time worrying? Like, so I got this idea for a painting of my two kids. And you'll see it on the screen. And I just did angel clouds. So it was kind of like a reminder to me, like, don't worry. I mean, let the worry come up. Let it move through you. Don't spend so much time worrying. Like, put their angels around them. So I have that painting in that spot.
Beautiful.
Yeah,
yeah.
There's more to it in the story in there. I don't know if I'm remembering all of it, but yeah. So now I look at that painting every day. I have it in a spot where I can look at it every day, and I just say I have a little prayer that I say over it. It just reminds me to. Think there's a lot of things that are out of our control, but what we can do is, I always think of that surrender, like surrender, but that serenity prayer, like control the things that we can't, and not. So I can control saying a prayer and handing it all over, and Yeah, so I do that every morning, and then when my daughter went to college, I made a little copy for her, send it off. So
that's really nice.
And there were times where I had to pray a few times, when they got their license.
Oh, yes.
I would find myself praying more than once.
Oh,
I have like a picture of it too, that if I'm not around the painting, it brings me peace. The whole, the idea came to me, and it was like almost like this assignment from like God that I just had to go and do it. And it's like, you pour your emotions into your paintings, your worry, your happiness.
Yeah, that's so powerful.
Yeah. So I have a chapter on emotions in there too. Yeah, and I always say, stories to be told. There's so many stories to be told, and you know how they say a picture or a painting is worth 1,000 words. That's really true, because when you look at, an artist's painting, there's a story there, what they were going through at the time. Like, not only a story maybe about the particular painting, but it's
something beneath it.
Yeah, there's beneath it, there's emotions and the feelings they felt. And, just making the time to sit there and create this, to pass on. That's what I do like about paintings. And artwork, you can just pass it on. So, and then I know another, this is in my book too, I have this painting of my daughter. It's called Angela in Flowerland, kind of like Alice in Wonderland, but Angela. She loved flowers when she was little, and she loved dresses. And I remember this one Easter dress she just wore, I think, the whole year. She would just put that on. So I painted a picture for her when she was, I think, around 4, in the dress. And with these life-size flowers, that's why I said Flowerlands, that would have been bigger. So it just, it's like a priceless memory of, there's more to it than just her standing there with flowers. It was like her wearing that dress to the point where I think it ripped. She wore it so much.
And I can say that if I go to a museum or an art gallery or somewhere, sometimes you're on the boardwalk and there's displays of art. Some things just captivate me, and I don't know why. I just keep looking and looking at them, and
it's like it touches something.
Some things are so intriguing, and others are not. And we might look at different things, and they might touch us in different ways. It's just amazing.
Yeah, and that's amazing. That art. That's why art's so powerful. There's actually so much research now on the power of art, hanging like originals up in your house. How it could just. They speak to you. They bring the vibration up in a room. There's so many different. I don't remember all the reasons, but there was a lot of reasons, and it's so true. It's like they're feeling. Right. They're emotional, and they can bring the room to life.
Yeah. I think a painting can set the whole mood.
Yeah.
Cool.
So much to it. I know sometimes people will say, "Oh, you should paint this," or people that will sell, and I'm like. I can't just sit down and force something. It's like it has to come to me, I feel like. Yeah. And like you say, the right person, it will touch the right person. Oh, and I have a story about the painting of when my daughter wanted a dog. No. I tell that. I tell this at a lot of my workshops all the time, so people probably heard it. But she wanted a dog. She begged so badly for a dog for so long. So finally I said, I'll paint you a picture. Right? So I painted a picture.
You did tell me this a while ago, but not everyone else.
So I painted her a picture, and it was of a little dog wearing a red coat. The story, actually, I was told that on there, but a little dog wearing a red coat, and 3 months later, somehow, some way, my dog, who I love now, found our way. We went to this pet store. She had us looking everywhere, and we went to this pet store, and I said, "We will look, but we are not leaving with the dog." But it was like he found us, and then so we brought him home. Well, and it was like the night before Valentine's Day, and it was like the guy at the store wanted us to have it. He kept throwing things, and he's like, "Here, you can have this red coat. It's Valentine's Day." Well, when we came home, we realized that Angela said like a little bit later, she's like, "Oh my God, Mom, look, this dog in the picture has a red coat just like Cody."
And the dog in the picture looks like Cody, right?
Yes, which was great. And this is the kicker. I always like sketch in my journal. I looked back when I started the painting, it was when he was born, the end of November. is when I did that painting, and then we got them in February,
my
3 months later.
gosh.
Then I sold the painting, and Angela was like, right away, it was like, and the lady said, I don't know, the lady who bought it, she goes, I don't know what it is about this painting, but I knew I had to have it. So I don't even know if I ever,
do you have a picture of it?
Oh yeah,
on file.
Oh yeah, I have
I'll
a file.
have to show
yes.
that too.
Yes,
That
yes.
is
So it's, and I called it "Welcome Home" of all things.
my
So,
gosh.
so that was.
Doo-doo-doo. I feel that everyone is born for a purpose, or more than one purpose.
Yes.
What is your purpose or purposes?
Well, to create, painting and writing, and I think to help others see their creativity is, yes, one of my main. And
Yeah, you're definitely going strong with that one.
Yes, I know. The paint nights are so great because
Look, I even just noticed you have a pillow here.
That's
great.
I don't know where. I think I found that at Michael's maybe. The paint nights is just, it just makes me so happy when people say, I've never painted before, and then they're just like so happy to leave with that piece of them. And even though I do have workshops where we all do different paintings through meditation that I've done, which is really powerful. They're smaller groups, but like to think that I'm given the same directions and everybody's taken their unique spin. And I always actually encourage people,
to be unique.
throughout, like think of little things and let it come to you to add, and then I'll help them do it. So I think, it's so great to see people, creating for the first time, and how you, like you said in the beginning, like it makes you want to do other things.
Definitely.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Well, that's a great purpose, and it's great to see that you're living it out. Many people out there might already understand their true purpose, and they might be working on it and just living life
over time
to its fullest. But some of us might not know all of our true purposes. What kind of advice would you give to people who are trying to find their purpose?
So the best one, I think, is to go back into your childhood. Like look at the painting, because I actually, there was some time when I was teaching that I let go of that because my life was so busy. So going back into like what fed your soul or what you loved as a child is a good thing. And maybe
that's true.
Sign up for a class, or if you don't know, you just try something new, like try new classes. It's good. And like schedule time in your everyday to make sure you're doing the things you love. It's helpful to the people around you. When we bring our lives alive with what we love, it's helping everybody around us.
Right. And I think it makes you more interesting. When you're passionate about something.
And then you're just nicer to the people around you instead of being miserable and So, and then I find the biggest thing is having somebody to hold you accountable, like a good friend to say, I really want to do this. And just have them like check on you. Like, did you ever sign up for that class that you really wanted to do? It kind of just, and no one has to do it in a mean way. You could do it in a safe space, not,
Okay.
But it helps me. I mean, I have a good friend that I do that with all the time. Or if I want to write something or spend time doing a certain painting. I think that's so helpful. It's like kind of like an accountability coach.
Okay. Tell a friend that I'm interested in this.
Can you check on me?
I don't want to let it slip by. So,
There's so many different ways you could do that, too. You could, like, write something down for the week with each other and check on each other. Or, like you just said, like, I don't want to go through my life not doing this. Like, can you maybe check on me next week?
Right.
Yeah. And then, so, somebody checking on you does help you, kind of make that time for yourself.
That's great advice.
Yes. So.
Okay. All right, Christine, I have a few final questions. Are you ready?
Yep.
Name 2 of your favorite songs.
Oh gosh, just 2. I have so many.
Okay.
Name
more than 2.
I love Bruce songs. I love so many of his. Like No Surrender. I have a bunch of favorites of his song. Oh, he has one song that Not Good Enough for You. It's a lot of people haven't heard that. You would hear it on that Sirius radio.
Okay.
Dancing Queen, I love. Let It Be by the Beatles. Who else?
Let It Be.
Let It Be. I have so many. Oh, Angie by the Rolling Stone songs. Any of those good classic rock songs.
Yes. Yeah.
Journey. I love Journey. Yeah. John Mellencamp, John Cougar Mellencamp, or whatever his name is now. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, what's your favorite smell or fragrance?
Probably lavender.
Lavender?
I would say.
Okay.
I probably have a bunch of those though too.
Yeah. I know you have the essential oils.
Yes, I love all the different smells.
Me too. What's the most difficult thing you've had to do this past week?
Okay. Oh my God. Well, I was restocking anything with technology. I'm redoing my website. It's actually it's going to be christineburke.us because of I'm tying the writing and the painting in, but Live Your Creativity is still the name of the business, and that will still go to there. So having to do stuff for that, oh my gosh, technology.
My gosh.
That I have somebody helping me, but I still have to get the stuff together and the size of the paint,
It's very time consuming.
Yes, it's time consuming.
Something you think, let me just get this done, could
hours
for me,
later, yes,
or days.
Well, days too. But I mean,
oh my gosh.
Yes, I have a hard time sitting still for that kind of stuff, so that's difficult.
I know your son is.
Oh, my son helps me a lot.
Yeah, he helped me too.
He's very good at that.
Yeah.
He doesn't get that from me.
What's the most beautiful thing you've witnessed this summer?
Oh gosh. Well, I went to California and I got to see my aunt, who I haven't seen in a long time. So seeing her in her new beautiful place. She is in Coronado. And they moved from Santa Rosa. They were part of those fires. So just seeing her there in this beautiful place, after having to go through the ordeal that they went to in the fires. Yeah, they were in the fire. And then they relocated. So, and the Coronado, if you've ever been there, it's right.
I've been
there.
there.
You've been there below San Diego.
Is she on the water?
No, she's not actually far from the water of the bay, and it's an island.
Yeah.
But it's the beach. It's such a great town. So seeing her and her husband there,
right?
After what they went through, it was all around just nice and
that's beautiful.
And the place was beautiful.
And she's an artist too.
Oh,
right?
she's an artist too. Yes. So we painted together.
She makes jewelry.
Oh,
she's the one?
Yes, she is, but she doesn't do that anymore.
Oh, okay. Speaking of jewelry, does this necklace have any significance?
So every year I take the kids to Sunset Beach in Cape May.
Cape May?
We go down the shore to either Cape May or North Wildwood. And I always like to go to this little crystal shop there. So I bought that here.
Pretty. You always have very unique jewelry.
Artistic
jewelry, of course. For the
so many people ask if I made that, but I'm not good at making. I'm not good at the fine details of making jewelry.
Yeah, you have enough
only the
going
fine
on
details
here.
of painting.
Yes.
I'll leave that to.
Speaking of things you paint, show your little cards. And also,
these are no cards on Etsy.
Yeah. Look at that little mermaid girl.
Yeah, like an angel type.
And Christine has scarves.
Oh,
I mean, look at the colors in this scarf.
I have these made somewhere.
That is
do these.
But it's your design, right?
Yes, it's my design.
And they just.
This one's called Chakra Energy.
Chakra Energy.
Yes.
Very nice.
It was I sold the painting. And I sold that painting to this little girl at the Chadsford Art Show, and she was like 8, and she said to her parents, I just have to, she said, I just have to have that painting for my room, so they bought it for her.
I love this one.
Oh, okay,
yes. I'm drawn to blue colors and light blue, and I just love the bright colors on the end of it. So vibrant.
And that painting looks different than the scarf.
Huh.
It's enlarged.
Really nice. I just dropped it on the floor, sorry.
That's okay.
Okay, next question. Left-handed or right-handed?
Right-handed, but I used to sometimes switch when I was younger.
Okay.
Like I would bat left-handed.
Sunrise or sunset?
Oh, that's hard. I love them both. But I try to see both. Not every single, I try to glimpse at both every day. So I don't know if I could decide. Both.
I know, they're both beautiful. Okay, Elvis or Elton?
Elton.
Elton.
Oh, I love Elton. I love the movie. I just saw that on my daughter on her birthday.
Too.
Yeah.
know.
So good.
I know. And my husband's been playing his music over and over. And it sounds so much better now than it used to.
Once you go to a concert or a movie or something, I feel like you have like this connection deeper. I love the music. I saw him in concert a few times too.
Okay, would you rather have a condo on Fifth Avenue or a campsite?
Condo.
Condo. Okay.
What condo? Like a beach condo? Or just a...
Fifth Avenue.
Oh, Fifth Avenue. I was thinking like a beach condo.
Condo or campsite? Condo.
I like campsites too. That's a hard one. Maybe a little bit of both.
Okay, leather or lace?
That's a hard one too. Depends on my. I guess lace.
You're easy to please. Yeah. Silver or gold?
Oh. Silver.
I see what you're wearing today.
Silver.
You usually wear silver.
I usually do wear silver.
But you like gold too.
I like gold.
Same thing. Gold used to be more popular.
Yes, and then silver,
Then changed. Dogs or cats?
Dogs. I'm allergic to cats.
Truth or dare?
Truth.
Okay, now it's time for the signature question.
Oh.
Say something nice or true about yourself. I am blank.
Okay, I am good at helping people tap into their creativity. I just love to do that. Like for them to find this way that they can do something that they thought they couldn't do. So that's what I'm good at.
It's nice that you share that with other people.
Yeah, it's
like I'm sure some artists just, hang their paintings and sell them, but the way that you try to teach other people.
Yeah, that's what I really love. And that goes back to the beginning about the divine. And I think that's why I went for teaching. Like, it was all on purpose to go for teaching before I went for art. So, yes.
Yeah. Okay,
powerful.
Thank you.
Thank you
so much.
All right, thank you.
Okay, take care.
Bye.
Yes, I love it here. I come back here for inspiration if I just need a break or some quiet time. And I'm actually writing my book on trees right now. So I'd like to try to spend a lot of time either here or in other woods to just examine and be with the trees. It's so helpful. And I just walk back a little. Do you want to take a little walk?
Sure.
All right. Come on, Cody. And of course I bring my dog.
Yeah, she enjoys it.
Come on.
Hey, thanks for watching. Hope you learned a few things from this special guest. Remember, we all have gifts to use and share. My purpose is to invite you to take some action on the ideas and inspiration of each woman to make a difference in your own life and on those around you. Please like the Facebook page and subscribe and ring the bell on YouTube. I know it's so annoying to find that darn password, but then you'll get a whole catalog of the Just Us Grown Up Girls interviews. Thank you, and I truly appreciate you.